Hello everyone, it's Royal Princess Reborns here. I just wanted to say happy Valentine's Day to everyone, and it may be a little late getting up. I've been working on it. I did manage to get the Valentine ones. Yes, finally. So I hope you enjoy watching this. So grab yourself a coffee and let's sit down and make them together. Today I managed to find 3 of the Valentine ones, believe it or not, at my Walmart. My Walmart has nothing great there. And when I saw these, I checked them out right away. They had some more of these ones that I opened in the last video. So I thought, well, I want to get the Cloud Cups Matcha Tea or the terrarium, the Hello Kitty terrarium. So I thought, well, I weighed these. We'll see if I did it correctly. I just got 2 of those, so hopefully they're not the same. So let's get started. So for our first Valentine one, it says to look on the side here, and the picture will tell you what's inside except for the rares, right? So this one should be the lollipops. So let's just check that out. Let's see what's inside. Stand to the table. We have this beautiful heart-shaped table here. So I am correct in what is inside. We have our 3 packages. We have our little bag here that we put the lollipops in. We have our little mold. Very nice. And let's have a look. For those of you who have never seen this before, and that is what they are supposed to look like. I love that you get the little ribbon to tie around the bouquet of. So let's start by opening the first bag. And we have our lollipop bouquet kit. And in it we have our sticks here, and we have our little wired tags to tie the bottom, and also the bags to put them in. And we also have our tongs, and these ones are in gold. And look at this, isn't this the cutest? Look at that. So that's it for that bag. Now we're going to go on to this one. We have a little spoon here. We have our candy syrup. We have our little nozzle and our little heart-shaped topper for the lid. And in our last bag, we have our deco dust. And this is just our mica powder that we are going to be putting in to add color. And we have just our sprinkles here. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Little hearts. Adorable. And that is it for our first one, and we will make them. So let's go on to our next one. Let's try this one over here. And if I'm correct again, this one should be our truffle dessert here. I think that's what it is. So we do have, yep, it is the right one. We do have our little cup. And isn't that sweet? And they are all heart tables. And we have our little spatula. We have our cherry custard here. And in this one we have our little heart again. Bag number 2. We have our cherries. We also have some whipped cream. Let's see what these look like. And in our last bag, we have our gold tongs. We have our little brownies. Oh, they look adorable. We'll put that on this side here. And we have our chocolate curls here. And they are in chocolate and the white chocolate. I was never really a fan of white chocolate. And let's have a look and see what that looks like. Just for those of you, again, who haven't seen it. I know this has been out for some time. And I know this one here is the harder one to make out of all of them. So I'm happy we got that one. At least it's not a double. Now, let's go on to this one. This one is the Break Heart Surprise, but I didn't get the video on it. So we're just going to go ahead and put our sticks like so. And then we will get our deco dust here. And we are going to put some inside of our candy syrup that we're going to pour. So I'm just going to put some of the powder into the two of them. Like so. And then the other ones I'm going to do clear. So now I'm just going to put the nozzle on our resin here. So I'm just going to smooth this out a bit here. And I know once we get the resin in, we will mix it a bit better. Now I'm going to pour our resin, and I'm going to get my toothpick and just go around here. Now we're just going to take our hearts here. I'm just going to sprinkle a few out here. And we will add them in. And then I will get my toothpick. Don't know how well you're going to see it because I do have quite a bit of pink in that one. And a bit lighter in this one over here. It's okay. It's just supposed to be however we want to do it. And the same with the other. So we're just going to add some resin and then we'll add the hearts. So I've just added some hearts into the clear one. And we're going to do it again with the other one. And I'm just going to turn that around just because it's upside down. It's easier for me this way to do. So I'm just going to add some more resin again, just on this one. A tiny bit here. I want them to be nice and full. And then we are going to cure them. I have these all cured. And let's just see what they look like. And where we have just a bit of extra, we can just take that off there. That looks cute. Very nice. This one went over a tiny bit, but I'm going to clip that with the clippers there. Just now, like I said, I put a lot of the powder in there. But you can still see a bit of darkness of the hearts. But it's okay. This one I did a little lighter and you can notice it a bit more. Looks good. So it cleans up pretty well with the, I just used a pair of little cuticle scissors. Looks nice. So let's go ahead. We're going to put these in the little baggies. So we're just going to take one of our baggies here and we're just going to fold that like so. Take our little twist tie. Looks so cute. We have our first one done. Awesome. Go on to the next one. find the opening to this. So we have our wrappers on all our candy here. And if you open this up, we have a little divider in here so that we can put it together nicely. And put this one in here. And I'm just trying to place them a little better just because of the little tags that got in the way there. So now we're going to take our little piece of ribbon, find where the tape is so I can get that undone. Isn't that cute though? Look at the ribbon. There you have it. I added the little bow and some of the little hearts. And I think it turned out beautiful. Let's go on to the next one. So now we're going to go on to our heartbreak surprise. And we have our mold here of our X and O's. And what we're going to do here is take a bit of our different ones here. And we do have sprinkles as well. So we're just going to open that up. And we're going to put some powder in the bottom. And the first one we're going to do, pink one. And what we're going to do is just dab a bit of the powder into the bottom just to give it the color that we want. And we're going to do it slowly. So we're just going to add our white chocolate resin into our mold. Mold. So we're going to go ahead and take our X and O's out. Oh, isn't that sweet? They turned out so well, and we're just going to put them in our little candy heart there. Then we'll do the chocolate ones. Next we are going to do our chocolate and put that in our... Okay, let's go on and do the chocolate ones. Cute. We're just going to take a bit of our powder, put that into our tray, and then we're just going to add some of our white chocolate. So I have the chocolate mold curing, and I just went to pick this up and just about to decide where I want to smash it with the mallet, and it just broke. So it's that fragile. So we have it in, I have it here in, let me just move this. 5 pieces, so it'll be interesting. So let's just get our chocolate mold now. That should be all ready. Very cute. And if you have any around the edge, you just go around and take that off. I like to use just little scissors. Just gets in there a little easier. So we'll put the chocolate in there. It turned out very well. And then we'll come back and put the ones with the sprinkles in. So now we're just going to take our sprinkles here and we're going to put them in our mold, and then we're going to add our white chocolate over top to set it. I'm just sprinkling it like this. I'm not worrying too much about placement, and then I'll just go back inside and fix what I think needs a little more. And then now we're going to go put resin on top, and then I'm just going to go in there with our little spoon. So we have our sprinkle X and O's all done. Not very clear, my camera. Better close up of this one. There we go. It's pretty cute. Little sprinkles in there. Now let's go ahead and put the top of the smash cake together. This took forever, but I finally got it the way I wanted it. And I did end up putting all this together in one. So you could place it anywhere you want. And I added the XO on the top with a bit of the broken piece right there. So let's go on and do the truffle next. So for this one, we have our container, our brownies, which are going to go around the whole bottom part, our cherries, our whipped cream, our cherry custard, and our chocolate curls. So for the first part, we're going to put, I think we're going to just put a tiny bit of the custard in the bottom. And then I'm going to put some resin on and put that in the LED light just so that it stays in the right spot. And then we'll continue adding the layers to it. Hopefully this works out well. Very nice. So I have that opened. We're going to take out our brownies. So the first thing we're going to do is take our cherry custard, and we're going to do a small layer just in the bottom, and then we are going to cure our brownies to the side. Wondering if a spoon would have been better than this, but we're just going to take this little one since we already used it before. This way we can control how much we're using. And I'm going to wipe the inside of that before I cure any of it. So I added a layer of the cherry custard on the bottom, and I'm just going to cure that. And then when I come back, I am going to put a small amount of that cherry custard just on the bottom and cure it again all the way around for each one. And that way we'll still be able to see the brownie instead of having all the cherry custard all over it. I think that will give a better effect. And then when we start filling it, I think it'll be good. So we'll see how that goes. So I place the custard on the bottom, and then I'm just starting to go around, and I'm just putting a little dab of the resin on the bottom just so that the heart stays in its spot while it cures. So I have this all around. Not the neatest job, but we're gonna keep moving forward. So we're just gonna go ahead and put our cherries on top. There we go. And that's what they look like. And they are different colors. Look at that. That's nice. Not that I think you're gonna see it inside there, but we're just gonna start laying them all on the top there. And like I said, it's not the neatest job, but it might look okay. Just going around. And I'm just alternating the two tones. So which one is your favorite so far? Out of all the Valentines, I'd love to get the diamond ring. Now I don't know, there must be a way to find out which ones are the ultra rares. I'm gonna have to do more investigating on that just to see. And we're just gonna continue like that, and I'll be right back. So we've added our cherries. Now let's go on to the next layer. Now that's all done, we're gonna add our chocolate curls. And I'm just going to place these just on the top. And I think I'm just gonna alternate. These are really cute. They really look so real. And it looks like I'm gonna run out of resin, so I'm gonna have to use some from another set. Going down the steps. Got the zoomies right now. And we're just going to continue to fill this in. And it doesn't really matter. We're going to put whipped cream on top. or the resin, I should say, not whipped cream. But I'm going to save some of these curls because I want them on top as well. Then we will put our whipped cream. Okay, let's go on. So I did have enough for the top, and now we're just going to add our whipped creams. 1 center, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're just going to evenly place them around. There, just until they look pretty even. And I'm going to add a few curls in between just to give it a little more decoration, just so it looks a little fancier. So that's good. I'll put the white ones in last. So that's what I'm doing. Like so. And then a few of the white ones sticking out as well. Just like that. Yeah, I think that looks great. Cure that, and then we'll come right back. Now I did add some more chocolate curls on the top, and I had from the extra suckers that I made, I'm going to add this little lollipop. Look how wonderful this turned out. I'm quite impressed. It wasn't one of my favorite things to make, I'll tell you that. It's tricky, but I think it turned out wonderful. I really enjoyed making this one here into the 3D effect, and I enjoyed making this one. So let's go on to the Hello Kitty one and see how that turns out. So I have opened this one in my other video, which I haven't posted, but I want to get the Valentine Day one up, but so I'm going to do it now. These are the cupcakes, and this is everything that you get here, and it's really cute with the sprinkles, little stars, and our frosting, and our whipped cream to put on top. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to start frosting our cupcakes. So this is what our cupcakes look like. Look at this. Isn't that adorable? It's just so pretty. And then we have, look at these star papers on this one. Like, I'm glad I have doubles of these. They're really cute. And then just to show you what's in here for our whipped cream, cute is that. And then on the other ones, we just have our regular whipped cream with the cherry on top. So that is adorable. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to open up our frosting here. It's vanilla. And it's just basic white. Go ahead and start icing. And look at that, it's nice and thick too. I really don't like when cupcakes are, or the icing runs. So I went ahead and iced the ones in the blue lining, blue paper there. And these ones have the stars. So we're going to open up our stars, sprinkle some stars on there. So, and then we're just going to pick up the rest that fall. There. These are really cute. They're very tedious though. Very tedious to work with. So let's put a blue one here. And they have white ones, but I don't know why they would put white. It really doesn't matter how many we put on. That looks wonderful. Look at that. Okay, so now I'll put these under the lamp, and then we'll come back and ice the other ones. So I went ahead and I opened up the little cake toppers, and this is what they look like. Isn't that adorable? And they go on top of the cupcakes that we just put the stars on. So I have them under the lamp, and I'll show you what they look like. And here is our cupcakes. Look at that. Aren't they wonderful? So let's go on to the next set. For now, I'm gonna take this one from back here, and we're just gonna put our cupcakes like so. Does not want to focus all the time. Like that. Okay, so let's go on to our next one, and I've iced one, and now we're just going to put the character on top, this, and then we're just going to put that under the lamp, and then we're going to add on our whipped cream. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to ice this one. I like how we have lots of the star sprinkles left over. They gave us a lot. Still tons in there to use for other projects, so that's really good. Now we have our cupcake done. We're just going to put another little bit of resin on the top to secure our little dollop of whipped cream. Small amount on the top. And that just goes on top like so. Oh, doesn't that look cute? And then we're just going to put that back under our lamp and continue on with the next one. Just adorable. I just love these. I'm so happy I got the two. Now I can make a whole bunch of them. And our last little guy here. Just like so. I love the paperwork on that with the stars. That's just adorable. Okay, back under the lamp you go. So our cupcakes are done. It says to put the two with the paper topper on the top. One of these ones in the middle, and then we're going to put this one underneath here. I managed to get them all on the plate here without falling again. They are the cutest thing. So let's go on to the next one. This is how it looks once you have everything set up. Really sweet. This is our little terrarium. And we're going to put it together. I've decided that's what we're going to do. As cute as it is, and I'd like to see the little Hello Kitty just stay like this, I'm going to do it. Now this one's a fairly simple project. You don't even get resin with these, so it's a matter of just putting it together. But I'm going to use a bit of resin just to adhere it better. So we're going to open our gravel here, our kinetic sand, and you don't even need all of what they give you. I'm just going to use a small portion of it just to put in the base of our plate here. So we're just going to put enough there. Maybe a tiny bit more. See how that goes with the lid here. That's better. Well, that's what it looks like. Now it says you're going to put the Hello Kitty just in the center. Like so. So when making this, you do have to keep the sand within this perimeter so that you can actually get the lid on properly. Because if there's any grains there, you won't be able to close this. So I went ahead and I put resin in with the kinetic sand because it was not going to hold anything together. And I can just imagine if it fell over, the disaster that it would create. So I added the resin and now I'm just going to cure it. And I think it looks really sweet. I've just cured this and it's looking wonderful. And now we're just going to put the top on. Like so. Isn't that wonderful? It's so cute. Look at the back. Just adorable. I'm so happy I got this one. And we're going to put this little one right here. Like so. So there you have it. We have all our Valentines. I added tissue paper here. We have our cupcakes. And we have our little terrarium. And I thank you all for watching. I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And until the next video, bye for now.